So I'm really excited to meet you, Steve, and have you here with us in Nashville. Just listen to you. I can't describe it any other way than just say you wowed the audience. It was a heartwarming, heart-wrenching story, but a fascinating one. Tell me just a little bit about you as a person today. What are your thoughts and feelings about who you are today, and not the whole story of your entire life? What are you feeling about today, about yourself?
Yeah, well, first of all, Eric, thank you so much for this opportunity to be around incredible people. Speaking with one of my buddies in the industry, learning a little bit about it, but being here over the last 2 days and hearing stories and hearing all the committees, you're all doing incredible work, and please continue on. So I'm blessed to be here and fortunate. You know what? Right now, I'm loving life right now. I'm lucky to be alive. Should have been killed the night of my crash. I wasn't. I have a new meaning in life. Being out here, sharing my story with people, coaching, mentoring, being an athlete. There's more. My time's not done yet, and I love life.
You know, it's interesting. When I was listening to you, it's a story of survival, but dedication, which is what comes through. It's not. I mean, your crash was horrible to hear about. The challenges you went through. Oh my God, that defeated so many people. It didn't defeat you, and it didn't define you. You decided at some point in your recovery that this is not the end, it's the beginning. That's an amazing, self-confident point in your life. You blow this room away when people listen to you, because I don't think many people have anywhere near the courage, the guts, the fortitude, whatever it takes to do what you did.
Well, I'm going to disagree with you on that, Eric. And one of the things I do when I speak, one of the things I do with my book, whether it's teenagers or adults, whatever it might be, is try to make them realize and empower them that they're the hero of their own lives. Growing up, Larry Bird was my hero. Everything was Celtic green. But when I woke up at 25 out of my coma and was told I was never going to walk again, Larry Bird wasn't going to help me walk. Doctors, nurses, therapists, their passion is helping people. Ultimately, I had to look deep inside myself and say, hey, what am I going to do here? Do I want to go down this road of being a confined keyword to a wheelchair, or do I want to live life and get out there and do some great things and be an athlete again and be a speaker and share my story and listen to other people's story? And the night of my crash, the 2 days afterwards, the recovery, it didn't end there, and life's got to go on. So we all have it inside of us. 100%. I'm a firm believer. Some people may take more to get it out of. Some people might need help to get it out of, whether that be religion, whether that be counseling, whether that be mentors, whatever it is. But ultimately, we all have it inside of us. And
you described something, and the whole room was silent when you said this. I want you to take yourselves back to when you were 25, in your mid-20s. And I did what you told me to do. I went back, and I tried to think. I don't think at age 25 I was mature enough to begin to think about what you were challenged with, what you had to deal with. And so when I say it's unique, it takes a unique individual to come out of what you went through in the way you've come out. I'm mostly impressed, though, I have to tell you, because I have 8 sisters and they're all teachers. You decided to go back to college, get your teaching certificate, and taught math and coached. That was an amazing transformation for you, wasn't it?
Yes, absolutely. And I didn't even think that was going to happen. I got a phone call probably about 6 months after my crash from a guidance counselor at the middle school that I attended in Connecticut. And he said, listen, we got a kid here that's lost. We got a kid that's fighting, failing. He's 7th grade. He doesn't have a male figure in his life. Do you want to be a big brother? And I said, yeah, I'll try it out. So, I visited with him for a half hour a week. Turned into an hour a week, turned into an hour a day, and it just blew up from there. And I knew right away that that's what I wanted to do. So I went back to school, got my teaching certificate, and taught middle school math for 20 years, coached basketball for 20 years. And again, it's just giving back. We have so much to give as individuals and humans that, if we're not giving back and we're not doing things for others, then we're missing out, because it's such a great thing to do.
This is an audience, this group that we met with today, the National Structured Settlements Trade Association, are consultants that meet with families, meet with individuals, at their worst possible moment, the moments you had in the hospital, the moments you had in your rehabilitation. And they're talking to these people about a settlement. They're going to get some money. And it's the worst possible moment in your life. You're never going to walk again. You've lost a hand. You're blind. And these are the people these people work with every day. The hardest challenge is to get inside of somebody's head to say what you said to this audience. It's not what it's telling us your face. It's not the life.
It's not what happens to you in life. It's what you do with what happens.
That's the critical message,
Yes,
because
sir.
in getting that across to people at their worst possible moment, saying, you've got to make a decision. And I know it's hard, but you have to, because your life is not over. But your medical bills are not going to change. Your situations, you're not going to work again, maybe. You've got to take care of yourself and your family. You've got to make a decision. That's the hardest thing these consultants do. Did you get a sense that as you challenged them, that they were listening to you? And what was your reaction to their reaction to you?
I absolutely know they were listening to me, and they were hearing what I was saying. And my message to them was just continue to do what you're doing. Everybody that's listening to this story right now, everybody that's hearing us, I cannot thank enough for everything that they're doing. Because like you said, when I woke up from my coma, 2 days after my crash, I was told I was never going to walk again. I had thousands of questions, and a lot of them weren't answered. I didn't get answers at the time. One of them could have been, how am I going to be financially okay for the rest of my life? Personally, I didn't have that opportunity to go a settlement, but I can understand somebody in my situation that would wake up after a tragedy, whatever it might be, like you said, going blind, losing a hand, car crash, paralysis, whatever it might be. These people need to be taken care of. They need to know that they're okay for the rest of their lives, and they don't have to work when they're 60, when maybe there's days when they can't get out of bed because they're in pain from their injury, whatever it might be. And to have that comfortableness, to have that reassuredness that I'm going to be okay for the rest of my life, because the people like you all in this industry are looking out for me and caring for me and for the rest of my life. That is valuable beyond means.
So there's a number that you mentioned a couple times on the stage, and I'm really proud of it. I'm not a structured settlement consultant, but 31,354 people were annuitants, as we call them. They took their injury settlement in the form of a long-term periodic payments, which what that means is it's guaranteed income for life. Guaranteed. It will never go away. You'll never lose it. It won't be dissipated. But it's 31,354. You took that number and did something with it at the very end, which I thought was fascinating. You said it's not enough.
Yes.
And your message was so clear, and the whole room lit up. Of course it's not enough.
Yep.
How do you motivate a group like these people to think through? You're the first person that's done this, by the way, to say, 31,354, sure, pat yourself in the back. It's not enough.
Yeah, it's not close to enough. And from what I hear, talking with people the last couple of days, the percentage of the people that unfortunately take the cash over the structured settlement is astounding. Yeah, 31,324, I said. You quickly corrected me to 354, which thank you for doing that. Yeah, no, it's not enough. That number has got to be hundreds of thousands. And what everybody in the audience today is doing, and everybody's listening online right now is doing, is incredible. Continue, get better at it. Do more tomorrow. Get out there and impact people's lives and change lives and save lives, because that number should be a lot higher. And I'm confident with this group and the message I sent today and the response, from everybody in the group to me today, I'm confident that the message got through and they're going to work harder, and that number is going to go up next year.
We've got, 500, 600 consultants in the industry, maybe 1,000 people all total involved in this. So it's not a big industry, but it has a big impact on people's lives. There's not a single consultant in our industry that works from a chair.
Oh.
No one in our industry is
you
in a
telling
chair.
me something here?
Yes, I am.
That career change. I like it.
I'm telling you something very, very
Yes,
serious,
sir.
because I know you're busy and you're an author and you're a Paralympian, and I want to talk about that in a second. But one of the most important gifts you can have, and it is a gift, it's the ability to be empathetic.
Yes.
And appreciate the situation that someone's in.
Yes.
Our consultants are very, very good at what they're doing. They're very good. The mechanics, the building a plan. They're not you. You're not Steve Emt. And I don't know that you've got the time to consider this, but I think it's a career opportunity for you. But I think it's also a message to the greater community. We need people with disabilities working in this industry. Why? Because we're working with people every day who are newly disabled, who are not going to work again, and need to look at someone like you and literally say, your life's not over, is it? No, it is not, sir.
It's just starting out.
Exactly.
A couple stories. When I was in a hospital, I'm doing my rehab, I made the mistake of asking an able-bodied doctor a disabled question. And after the doctor left the room, a couple of the other people I was there with, they say to me, don't ever ask an able-bodied person a disabled question. When we're sitting right next to you, we're next to you, we're your mentors. We're going to help you out through this. I've been down those roads. I've gotten sick like you. I've fallen out of my chair. I've done this. I've done that. I've lost money. You talk to somebody in a wheelchair, we'll help you through it. So, no, I am shocked to hear that nobody in this industry is disabled.
We have some people that we work with in the trust area that are blind or nearly blind.
Okay.
We work with members of Congress who are in chairs who are disabled. We're one of our biggest support groups is the American Association of People with Disabilities, and I've invited you to join us in D.C. for that.
I'll be following you up on that.
But I did think about it, and talking to Brian Farrell and others in the industry, we don't have anyone that looks like you. And by that, I mean you're in a chair. You've gone through a serious accident. You've recovered.
Yes,
you're
sir.
a motivational speaker. You're gifted. You're
go.
talented. But nobody out there is selling that message to injured people. You'd be a fabulous consultant.
Well, I'm absolutely looking forward to learning more about the business and impacting people and is changing lives, whether it's through the business or Capitol Hill with yourself or getting out there. Because, it's important. It's we have a voice that needs to be heard.
Well, now that I've seen you've been in the White House, you're shaking hands with presidents, you've already done all that. All the heavy lift. Tell me about you as an author. You decide a 6-step action plan to becoming the hero of your own life.
I came up with that. People told me after my crash, and again, I refer to it as a crash, not an accident, because accidents happen. This was a crash. I had a decision. I was a drunk driver. People told me for years, you got to write a book, Steve. You've been through so much in your life, and you can impact people's lives. So I hated writing when I was younger. I'm a math guy. I hated writing, but writing this book was very cathartic. It was very just free to me, and just let it go and put everything into the book. And it's important to me. The book is basically a 6-step action plan. It's things that I do a lot. It's not just that one time of my crash, becoming a Paralympian, changing jobs, moving. It just, there's a lot of decisions. Every day we're faced with decisions in our lives, and those decisions have consequences. So my 6-step plan, a couple steps deal with that, a couple steps, goal setting and implementing it, and motivating and all that. It's important for people. I get messages from all around the world from strangers saying, "Hey, thank you so much, Steve, for writing this. I used one of your steps. I used 3 of your steps. I used all 6, or I used your story just to inspire me and motivate me to continue on and get better tomorrow." Because I talk a lot in my book about getting 1% better every day.
This is something that I was thinking about after I have read your book. I think it's fabulous.
Thank you.
And I know you said it costs about $10.
Yeah,
I want to talk to your publisher and figure out a way that we could link your book to our website. And we've just done something called a digital brochure. And the idea is it's materials and information about structured settlements for the people we meet with, the people that we're trying to encourage to protect their settlements. I think your book should be part of that, or at least some of the steps, so let people know it is there. It's a fabulous resource. You did a great job with it.
Well, thank you very much. I love that idea, and I published it myself. So you're looking at the publisher right here. So
You're the best.
Let's do this. Let's go.
You're a Paralympian.
Yes, sir.
And curling. And you're a national treasure.
Yeah.
I was told you're a national treasure.
My hype man, Brian. Yeah, I love it.
By Brian.
Yep.
So tell me a little bit about the Paralympics, and you travel the world.
Yes.
You're a very competitive guy. I know this now. Is competition for you something that's part of your internal DNA? Is it also part of your giving back? Is it part of you being your own hero?
It absolutely is. I think to the core, yes, I'm very competitive, but deep down inside, it's just the opportunity to do something. Whether that is to get out of bed today, or win a gold medal, or get a new job or whatever it might be. It's just an opportunity to do something. And that goes back and I got stalked into the sport of curling 11 years ago by Tony Colaccio, and I'm blessed and I'm fortunate that he stalked me. But what he did was, he gave me the opportunity. What I did with that opportunity now is up to me. And here comes the competitive juices and the flow. And, I'm an 11-time national champ and 2 Paralympics and 8 world championships and all that. But if that wouldn't have been possible if Tony didn't give me the opportunity. So every day, getting out with my book and my speaking and just talking to people and encouraging them to go out and give others opportunities. And it keeps coming back to this trade and changing lives and saving lives and impacting lives and giving opportunity to people at the darkest hours.
How can people in this organization and others that we work with help support you and the U.S. Paralympic team? What can we do to be supportive?
Well, that's amazing. USA Curling and the USOPC do an incredible job with helping out all our athletes. Unfortunately, we want to get above and beyond, and that takes a little bit more money. I was living on the East Coast for years. I was traveling out to Wisconsin to be with my team a couple times a month. I mean, I could easily say I was spending over $20,000 on my own pocket just to train with the team. How we can help, you can contact USA Curling. Any donation made to USA Curling via their website can be done. There is a QR code that's going around at the trade today, the convention, that we can get donations there. Any donations made to USA Curling, all we ask is that you footnote in there that it's for the wheelchair team. Otherwise, we'll go to whole USA Curling, which I'm okay with.
Which I'm
all right with. But
you are competitive.
Yes, I want that. Yes, I want that for my team. And it's not just supporting me, but it's supporting all of us and the ability to train with the best. Right now, we're 8th in the world, and the 7 teams above us are all funded a lot better than we are. And some of them are professionals. Here's $100,000, go curl and win us a medal. We're not like that. We've got, I've got an accountant on my team. I've got a doctor. We've got a college counselor. I'm a public speaker. So we all have jobs, and any support is greatly appreciated. If it's directly through USA Curling, again, just earmark it for the wheelchair team. If somehow, I think the QR code will end up on the NTSA website, so we can go through there. We appreciate it so much.
Yeah, there's an important message that comes to people. People that are disabled and people who aren't disabled, when they see a Paralympian compete. And you had a couple of pictures up of a blind skier.
Yeah.
And I thought, that was incredibly scary. And your team, all in chairs, competing at the highest level around the world. For children who have a disability and are stuck aside and not brought out to be part of the group, mm-hmm. and not engaged in a constructive fashion. To see a hero in a chair competing at that level is not just motivational, it's life-changing.
Yes, it is. Yeah, and it's gotten a lot better in the last probably 10, 12, 15 years or so. A lot of exposure for the Paralympics, just immediate exposure from the games from 18 to 22. Was 10 times better in Beijing than it was in Pyeongchang in 18. But no, you're absolutely right. And that's a platform we all cherish. I make sure wherever, I got stalked into the sport. I make sure wherever I go now, I see anybody that, and I learned this from my mentor, Tony, who stalked me. Anybody that looks different or sounds different or acting different, whatever, I approach and just talk to them and include them, because, even a smile nowadays. I was a teacher for 20 years, and I would go by kids in the hallway and, good morning, and smile. And if they didn't say anything to me, I'd, well, come back here. Because even a smile in a hallway can save somebody's life.
It was great to meet you and have you here and have you motivate our audience today of structured settlement consultants from all over the country.
Yes.
And life insurance people and others. What's the final message you might want to give to them in addition to your challenge to do more, to do better?
Just go out there and enjoy life. It's obvious, again, speaking with some incredible people. I've learned so much, and I'm honored to be here these last 2 days. Just go out there and enjoy life, and it's obvious that they do. It's not their job, it's their passion. And just be passionate in everything you do. Put your heart and your mind 100% behind whatever you're doing and go for it and love life. And I'm blessed to be here, and thank you Thank you so much for the time.
Well, you are an absolute joy to get to know and to listen to. You clearly are an effective spokesperson for the Paralympians, but also for people that need a boost and have the desire to make themselves better, stronger, faster, whatever it takes.
Right.
But to be engaged, and you do it. You do it every day.
Thank you.
You're infectious, by the way.
I love it.
You have to know that.
That's good. That's good. That's
Steve
good.
Emt, U.S. Paralympian par excellence. You've got the next world competition is 2020.
The next Paralympics are 2026
and
in
where
Italy.
Italy?
Yeah. And next year's World Championship are in March sometime. We're not sure yet where it's going to be, but we're prepping now. 3 weeks from now, all of us head to Denver. There's about 20 of us going to Denver to compete for a spot on a team again. We have to try out every year. So
Wow.
that's the next goal, make that team again and earn that medal in 26. Not win a medal, earn a medal. Big difference.
I love it. Steve, you're fabulous. What a great individual. What a fabulous presentation on our program. I want to thank you very much for motivating us, challenging us, and inspiring us.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you for your time. It's a
thank you
pleasure,
very
honor
much.
to be here.